Hello, welcome to this video. I am all set up, I got my gear set up, I have my hot cocoa drink, not to be confused with cacao. Actually, it was cacao I was drinking, not cocoa, so that was pretty ironic for me to say. Anyway, and I have my book Dubliners, which I got from Books Upstairs in Dublin, and I'll be doing a book review on this. So, I spent a few days in Dublin during December 2022. It's a very beautiful city, full of cheery vibes. I was able to see a James Joyce statue, and I picked up this book, Dubliners, from a bookstore called Books Upstairs in Dublin, and I had the chance to read it over the holidays, over and over. I read some of the stories when I was younger, but I was like 21 at the time, and most of the stories, like the messages flew over me, and I found it quite like boring. But now, like after a reread, being more mature, I'm 25 now, they hit different, and I'm gonna get into this. And obviously this review has spoilers. Obviously, we take different things from the same books based on our own personal experiences, and what I say will purely be, or mostly, my interpretation of things. They could be wrong, they could be unintended to come off the way I interpreted them, and I'll provide my interpretation and experience of things anyway. Some of the stories have left like a deep impact on me, and some I don't really have much to say about. After I upload this video though, I'm going to do like a deeper dive and look at the experts' analyses and see what they have to say about these stories, because it seems some of the things probably have blown over my head. But for now, I'm just going to talk about like how it is to me. So the reason why I like James Joyce, relevant to this book review, is that he wrote honestly, and he wanted to depict what people in Dublin were like for real during his time. He didn't care to dress up his stories into something grand, dramatic, or entertaining. He wanted to write things as they really were. And I love that honesty. I don't really read the introduction for books, but this one felt important. And also I was on a plane ride from Dublin back to Canada, so might as well. First of all, we get insight on what Joyce's character is like here. Quote, "For in the midst of trauma, alcoholism, familial violence, and disintegration, Joyce maintained a cheerful resolution of temperament, which came from sources of self-belief that could not be shaken by the storms which raged about him." And then the intro goes into more context behind how the stories were written in relation to Joyce's character. This text, like all of Joyce's work, contains autobiographical matter and is rooted in an intensely accurate apprehension of the detail of the Dublin life Joyce had observed all about him as he grew to adulthood. His instinct was for truth of life as he saw it, and his moral engagement involved him in a search for modes of artistic expression which would serve that truth, whatever the consequences. It is clear that Joyce intended Dubliners, at the very least, to be a realist study of his native city, a work representative of Irish experience, conducted with Ibsenite moral rigor. These stories, they seem like they're intended simply to depict things honestly, nothing else, like no fluff, you know? It offers fragments of human experience that may or may not amount to defining moments. I think that's a really good way to describe it, even though I think it's subjective what you see as a defining moment. But anyway,